Good morning, good morning, good morning, my good family. It's Monday, April 10th. Welcome to another episode of the Man to Man Pod. I'm yours truly, AB, rolling solo today. My man D-Buck got some business to handle, but as always, man, we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna talk, we're gonna talk some shit. And we're gonna get it done. A lot of things happening over the weekend. UFC, boxing, obviously the Masters, a lot of commotion on the sidelines in the NBA. We're gonna get to that. Um, some good news coming out of Baltimore. OBJ signing with the Ravens, 1 year deal. How does that play in with Lamar Jackson? Future there in Baltimore. So again, we got a lot of good conversation to get going this morning. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. I'm officially on spring break. Got down here yesterday, so having a good time with the little ones, with the fam. So if you hear any yelling in the background, you know what it is. But as always, we appreciate you for tapping in. We're gonna have a good show for you. Catch you on the other side, baby.
Darius Butler. Antoine Bethea
What it do? We're back. We're back again. The Man to Man Pod. I'm yours truly, AB. Again, for you guys that's just tapping in, my guy D Butt, he's gonna miss the show today, as always, handling his business. But let's jump right into it. Some good information, man. Some good information coming out of Baltimore. Um, the Ravens signed Odell Beckham Jr. to a 1 year deal. I think it's 13 million that signing bonus. I think um the annual salary is like one something, so he gets to probably close to 15, um, 15 to 18 a year. And a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Like, how does this fit with Baltimore? Does this make Baltimore um, one of those leading teams in the AFC? But the big question is, does this OBJ signing help Baltimore keep Lamar Jackson as a Raven? Um, and obviously, I think if you look over, the social media platforms over the past 24 hours, you see different pictures of, Lamar Jackson and OBJ FaceTiming with one another. Obviously, they have a good relationship, a good rapport with one another. But um, in my eyes, I think it does help. I think from these past years, I think it's one thing that football fans, Raven fans, everybody's been wanting to see, like Lamar Jackson with a number one receiver. Um, is OBJ a number one receiver? Hey, we'll find out. Obviously, OBJ is coming off not playing this past season. Obviously, in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, tearing his ACL. But videos have been shown. OBJ looks like he's back to 100%. So, what does this look like for the Baltimore Ravens? I think it's a good sign. I think it's a good sign. On the business side, though, for the Ravens, I'm not sure though, right? So, and what I mean by that is, like, you got to hurry up and pay Lamar, right? You pay OBJ almost, 18 years. Um, you bring in a linebacker and you pay him an enormous amount of money, and you still don't have your franchise quarterback signed. Um, so obviously, these are one of the things, and we don't know what type of conversations are being had with Lamar representing himself as his own agent. We don't know what the conversations are being had behind closed doors, but I'm pretty sure this was one of them, right? I need a number one guy that I can throw to. You have Mark Andrews, one of the top tight ends in the league, but again, and I you can't have your tight end as your number one receiver if you're not the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think this OBJ signing does um, help the situation as far as satisfy your franchise quarterback. But again, you still got to get that. You still got to get that deal by Lamar. Got to get that deal done. As a Ravens fan, y'all tell me what y'all think about this signing. Again, OBJ didn't play last year. I think he still has a lot of talent. I think he can improve. I think he will improve this Baltimore Ravens roster. So I'm excited to see it. Honestly, I think the run game is always going to be good there in Baltimore. We have the new OC, so we have to see where this offense is going to shift to. Previously in the past, this Ravens offense focused largely around Lamar Jackson. Options to pass, but really, really heavy in the run. He is that dual threat to put that pressure on the defense. As a defender, I hated that. I hated, having to defend a guy that can obviously beat you in the passing game. But also you have to account for him in the run game, so just the different things that they can do in the run game with Lamar. But being able to have a number one receiver out there like OBJ, being able to have, you got your Mark Andrews that can stretch the middle of the field. This offense can shape up to be something dangerous. Obviously, in this division is a tough division. You got Pittsburgh, you have Cleveland, you have Cincinnati. So to be able to shape this thing up, and just in the AFC alone in itself, he's still dealing with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. You got the Buffalo Bills, and again, another one of my sleepers this year is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Finished the season 9-8 last year. They traded for Calvin Ridley, so another weapon on the offensive side. Doug Peterson has another year with this young team. So again, being able to build this team, you got to keep adding pieces because Lamar Jackson is a dangerous weapon to have. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you talk about the style of play that he plays. Anybody in this league would love to have Lamar Jackson as their quarterback. You look at his record up to this point, one of the best in the league. A former MVP. I don't think we'll ever have these conversations, but we can have these conversations forever. But again, I think this is a good signing for the Baltimore Ravens. Good to have OBJ back in uniform. OBJ is a rock star, but again, he gets it done on the field. So again, I think a good signing. DeCosta. Getting Lamar Jackson a playmaker outside, but we have to see how it gels on the field again with the new OC. What type of offense are they going to run? Is it going to be run heavy, pass heavy? How is it going to be? So we'll see. Ace Boogie giving Smith a 5-year, $100 million deal ain't sign your quarterback as wild. Ace Boogie, you are right. But the Ravens can fix it. They can fix it. Obviously paying, your middle linebacker before you pay your franchise quarterback is wild, but they still have room to fix it. What are they going to do now? The ball is in their court. Let's make it happen. You sign OBJ. Let's get it done. Let's get it done, please. Nick Strogan's Lamar finally has a number one receiver. Let's see what he can do with it. Let's see what he can do with it. G.I. Joe 317. Huntley will love having OBJ as his weapon. Wow, boy. Ace Boogie, is he still a number one on the Baltimore Ravens? He is. I think he still has that ability. You look across the league and you look at the number ones. Let's start in the AFC. You look at Jamar Chase. You look at a Stephon Diggs. You look at a Tyreek Hill. I think he still has that ability. Again, it helps to have other playmakers around him, but he still has that playmaking ability to wow you. Obviously, the question is, can he stay healthy? But again, I'm not gonna sit here and say, when you have OBJ out there on the field, that you're not gonna have eyes on him. You are gonna have that. And being able to see what Lamar Jackson has been able to do, and no knock on any of the receivers that's been on his team up to this point. But again, OBJ can get it done. He can get it done. Chase Merrigan feels like the Ravens are just being lazy and don't want to negotiate. Look, this is the unfortunate part of being a fan, in the media. All we can do is speculate, right? That's all we can do. We're not 100% sure what's happening on those phone calls or in those meet rooms between Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. The Ravens could be negotiating. It could just be a situation where Lamar's like, look, you not meet me where I want to be met at. Hey, we're not talking. So again, we don't know what's happening. We're on the outside looking in. But certain things that they're showing is like doesn't add up to who I think somebody mentioned it. I think H Boogie said it earlier. But giving $100 million to a linebacker that you signed from the Chicago Bears, that kind of you scratch your head on that. Like, you have a quarterback that's asked for X amount of bread. Your franchise guy at that matter. So some things you can scratch your head about, but again, we're not 100% sure as far as what's going on in those negotiation rooms. So we'll see, man. We will see. We will see. Definitely some good stuff. Let's jump over to the NBA. NBA, man. A lot has been going on in the NBA this past weekend. NBA playoffs. The brackets are set on both sides, the East and the West. Full brackets right here. Coming in right now at the 10th seed on the West, you have OKC. 9th, you have the Pelicans. 8th, you have the Minnesota Timberwolves, and then 7th seed, you have the Los Angeles Lakers, and those are your play-in games on the West. These are your play-in games. Shout out to FanDuel right here. Again, your Pelicans at 9, Thunder at 10, your Lakers at 7, your Timberwolves at 8. The winner in the 9 and 10 game. The winner. Well, no, here we go. The play-in tournament 9 and 10. You see right here, the winner of the 9 and 10 plays against the loser in the 7th and 8th game. And the winner in that game plays the number 1 seed, the Nuggets, in the first round of the playoffs. The loser. This is crazy. And then 7, and then the winner of the Lakers and Timberwolves game. Hold on, I'm tripping right now. I'm tripping. So let's play this back. So the play-in tournament, you got 9 and 10, 7 and 8. The winner of the 9 and 10 game between the Pelicans and the Thunder will play the loser of the 7 and 8, the Lakers and Timberwolves, and then that winner of that game will be the 8th seed and play the Nuggets. Yeah, I had that right. So again, here's your full picture of the playoffs. On the East side, you have the Bulls coming in at the 10th seed. You have the Raptors at the 9th seed. You have the Atlanta Hawks, 8th seed, and the Miami Heat coming in as the 7th seed. And again, here on the East side, you got the winner of the 9 and 10 against the loser of the 7th and 8th. And the winner in that game will be the 8th seed and play the Milwaukee Bucks, who's the number 1 seed. And then the 7th seed will play the number 2 Celtics. So I think it'll be an exciting playoffs this year. Shout out to the OG Udonis Haslem. Went crazy yesterday in his last home game down in Miami. But again, on the sideline, man, there was a lot going on the sideline yesterday in the NBA. First, on the Clippers bench, Had a little
Now, this
scuff.
is what occurred as we went to the break at the quarter. Mason Plumlee and Bones Highland.
One more time. I
Now,
love
this is what occurred as we went to the break at the quarter. Mason Plumlee and Bones Highland.
some passionate players on the sideline. Hey, you got to get it done. One way or another, you got to get it done. It's not always going to be pieces of cream. You're not always going to be able to sit across the table and, and talk it out. But I love it. I love it. And when you get two passionate players trying to get it right, obviously, you got a lot of the cameras on the in the arena, on the sideline. So, hey, man, before you get it right, before we get into the playoffs, we got to get it done. And also, Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert there, getting it in with his teammates. Was sent home after that. He came out with an apology. Whatever the case may be. But the Minnesota Timberwolves, man, this is just my observation. They really haven't been clicking since he's been there. I'm not sure, again, outside looking in, I'm not 100% sure what type of guy he is in the locker room, on the bench. Is he a leader or whatever the case may be? But hasn't been looking good. I don't think it's what they've expected. Front office, as maybe coaches when he was acquired to that team. But again, man, it's not looking good. Not looking good for them. And again, if you go back to the playoff schedule, they play the Lakers. And we're not even gonna talk about. I forgot the young man's name. Punched the wall, going to the locker room, broke his hand, so he's gonna be out. So they really making things easier for the Lakers. And if my guy D-Buck was here, he'll ask me, "You still believe in your Lakers?" Look, this is what I'm gonna say here. This is what I'm gonna say. Again, Anthony Davis playing well, and then you got the King Bron. You can't count those guys out. In a 7-game series, you can never count them out. So with them playing Minnesota, I feel like they'll beat Minnesota. They'll beat Minnesota in the play-in game. And then from there, they have, they'll play the Grizzlies. Yeah, I think they can give Grizzlies a run for their money. You tell me if I'm wrong, but I think they can get the Grizzlies a run for their money. So again, let's definitely be on the lookout for that. NBA playoffs. That's when I'm really going to be tuned in. Not really tuned in a lot, during the regular season, but now playoffs, money's on the line, legacy's on the line. So I'm definitely going to be tuned in to these playoffs. Oh, Nick Riley, Popovich, Warriors, Lakers is going to be crazy as always. You got Steph, you got Clay, you got Draymond and company. It will be. Nick Shaw. It depends on which Lakers team shows up. That's absolutely correct. So again, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for these playoffs. But before we get into it, as always, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, FanDuel, always showing love. And as the playoffs get started, gonna knock this read out for you real quick. The NBA playoffs are here, and you can turn crossovers into cash with FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com/M2M Live. Again, that's FanDuel.com/M2M Live right now and place a $5 bet, and you'll get an instant $150 in bonus bets. Let me run that back. Place a $5 bet, and you'll get an instant $150 in bonus bets. Win or lose, There's no better place to bet all the playoff action than America's #1 sports book. Just go to FanDuel.com/M2M Live, sign up, get your $150 in bonus bets when you bet your first $5. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. As always, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hope is here. Gambling helpline, ma.org, or you can call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support. And there you have it. Thank you to our partners over at FanDuel. Again, M2M Live. Man, Dale Owens. Man, I hope you don't. I hope you don't. If you do, you heard it right there. Giving away all your money. Grass Dude, we got a question. What do you think about the total Mavs collapse? And do you think that Kyrie can only be successful with LeBron? Obviously the Mavs, they're under, I don't want to say investigation, but it was a little funny to me that they still had an opportunity to do what they could do as far as in the playoffs, and they opted to sit majority of their players. So again, NBA, they're looking into it. They said it was an organizational decision. So I don't really think it was a collapse amongst the players. Well, let me rephrase that. Coming down the stretch, it was a collapse. You bring on Kyrie, they really couldn't win with him and Luka on the court at the same time. Why? I'm not sure. Obviously, it takes time for guys to gel. Obviously, two guys like Kyrie and Luka, both ball dominant guys. But we've seen where Kyrie can he can do some things off the ball as well. So it's going to take some time for them guys to gel. And all the backlash that Kyrie gets, I don't totally agree with it. Obviously, he rubs some people the wrong way, to each his own. But I think they could still get some things done there. You give them all season. Obviously, we got to figure out, how they even want to be there together. Obviously that's Luka's team. He's going to be there for the long haul if he wants that. But I think those two guys could really be scary together. A 1-2 punch. Luka, Kyrie. They go into anybody's arena, anybody coming to play them, they gonna have to, strap up for real. But we'll see. But again, when you play against LeBron, when you play with LeBron, I mean, I'm not gonna say, well, yeah, it makes it easier because LeBron's gonna get a lot of their attention. So again, that's why when the Lakers signed Anthony Davis, I just thought it was a perfect fit for Anthony Davis. At some point, LeBron's games are going to decline. It's still playing at a high level. But Kyrie, as the people always say, it's not always green on the other side. Kyrie had a really, really good deal playing in Cleveland alongside one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He opted out to leave. Now, we kind of see him journey across the league a little bit. But great player. Kyrie is a baller. You can't take that away from him. He just got to, he'll find his way. And I believe he'll do that. Ashley Grigsby, do y'all think Kyrie is coming back? I think so. But who the hell am I? We'll all have to wait and see. We all have to wait and see. So we'll have to, we'll just have to see what happens, man. Very interesting. Very, very, very. What else, man? We had a lot of sports stuff this past weekend. Before we move on to anything else, obviously the draft is coming up, and we're gonna talk about the draft until draft day, and even after the draft, we're gonna talk about it. Who's gonna be a first round bust? I hate that they put that on the young guys. Who's gonna be the late draft Jim. Obviously, we've seen Brock Purdy and what he was able to do over there with the San Francisco 49ers. So we're going to be talking draft all the way up to August, and we kick off that first preseason game. But Bryce Young to the Panthers. Is it going to happen? First pick odds right now. We both got C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young at a negative 115. Anthony Richardson at plus 2,000. Will Levis at plus 6,000. Will Anderson plus 15,000. And Jalen Carter plus 20,000. So right now, the top two guys, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young. Who is it going to be? Will it be Bryce Young to the Panthers? If you had to put some money down, if you had to go to FanDuel and make your bet, who would it be that you would be taking first? Either Bryce Young, either C.J. Stroud? I think I don't want to speak for D-Buck, but I think we both said it. We would pick C.J. Stroud. I'm hearing some stuff that Panthers are heavy on Bryce Young right now, but we will see. April 27th. A lot of dreams will come true. Young guys put a lot of work to get to this point. But you get to this point, you got to double down on that work. Again, that NFL not for long. You got to prove yourself each and every day. Whew. Most Bait has a question for AB. Who do you like for the coach pick, AB? You know what? You know, I'm gonna go with Anthony Richardson, man. I'm gonna go with Anthony Richardson. And why? I think you know, you get him in there with a good run game. I feel like the receivers that he has in the room, obviously coached by one of the coach greats, future Hall of Famer Reggie Wayne. You get him in there, you get him in the system, run heavy, some play action. He can beat you with his legs, and you just teach him the game. Obviously, you don't expect him to come in and be the next, Peyton Manning. But I think with his skill set, he can do some things for the Colts. That's what I'm thinking right now. I think that's their best bet. I feel like 1 and 2, C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young will go off the board. So sitting at 4, I like him better than Will Levis. So we'll see. But even Herndon Hooker, the coach could surprise you. Again, you just got to watch the film. What do you like on film? Obviously, offensive coordinator, what type of quarterback do you feel as though will fit your system best? I don't necessarily think at that pick is, who's the best player. You need a quarterback that's going to be able to come in and fit your system and run your system the best. So whoever you feel as though that quarterback can be, then that's who you pick. That's who you pick. So NBA draft, not NBA, NFL draft, and right here, before we tap into our next guest, Travis Kelce, first pitch. As we know, Travis Kelce is a phenomenal football player. Played quarterback some, plays tight end now for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's going to rewrite the record books for the tight end position. But for y'all who hasn't seen it, I'm gonna play this video from Travis Kelce and his first pitch.
He ran up, bet.
Hey, one note. I'm a shoe guy. Y'all check his footwear out. I'm a shoe guy. So,
he ran up, bet.
Those bronze are clean, but again, man, Travis Kelce, horrible first pitch. But hey, we've seen worse. On that first pitch, man, that shit can get tricky. So I threw out a first pitch It was at a minor league game. This is when I was in the Bay Area playing with the San Francisco 49ers. Went out there, um, and it was nerve-wracking. Palms were sweaty. I think the key to it though is not to try to go out there and throw a fast pitch, a fastball. Just get it out there, get it over the plate. Make sure the catcher catches it and be good with it. But I think a lot of people try to go up there and try to show their arm and try to give them the fast pitch. Just get it over the plate, be cool, and you'll be good money. Yes, yes, yes. We saw D Money. D Money said we seen Megan Thee Stallion first pitch. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Hey, so have they let you throw an open pitch yet? Yeah. So minor league game. It wasn't on the big stage, but before we go any further, we we got a guest today, man. Appreciate my young boy for showing up. My guy Rudy Ford. Man, we had him on when we were at the Super Bowl. He was able to join us at the Super Bowl. Rudy Ford, man, what's good?
What's good, bro?
How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. Blessed, living life.
I hear you, man. So again, man, I appreciate you being able to tap in with us, man. I know you in AZ. It's early out there for you. It's the off season for you out there grinding with my guy Ian Danny. But when we had you on Super Bowl, man, you were a free agent. You were a free agent. Your first time really hitting that free agent market. But you ended up signing back with the Green Bay Packers. It's a lot been said with the Green Bay Packers, obviously with Aaron Rodgers possibly leaving the building. And then but y'all got a young gunner. You got a young gunner. Excited to see what he'll be able to do. He's been on the sideline. Watching what Aaron Rodgers has done. But now Jordan Love, he may be able to get his opportunity to show up and show out as a player who was a key figure to that defense last year, made a lot of big plays, man. What do you see? How do you see the Green Bay Packers having what type of year they'll have this coming up year?
Yeah, I think we'll have a good year. I feel like, our D-line, I feel like we still got a good D-line up front. I feel like so, and then we had a lot of young guys. Even at the linebacker position, you had Quay Walker, you got DeAndre Campbell coming back. So it's just like, I feel like our linebacker core is solid. I feel like even on our secondary, I feel like all of us getting back, play again together, build that chemistry. I just feel like, on the defensive wise, I feel like we only got room to grow and continue to get better in that area. And also, I feel like even on the offensive side, I mean, just to watch Jordan Love, what he did against Philadelphia, the Eagles. They come #1 pass rush team. They had a great defense last year. And just see him move the ball up and down the field versus those guys, I mean, you can actually see how the game's starting to slow down for him as well. So, he did a lot of good things, made a lot of good plays in that game when he got his opportunity.
Nah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. So, just speak about, your maturation process, right? You going in what's the year? Is this year 6, year 7?
No, I was going in 7. Yeah.
Year seven, right? Just your maturation process. And last year was really your first time really getting a lot of significant play time at the safety position. You was in Jacksonville. You was able to come in, play the dime position, made a lot of plays at the dime position. But last year, playing the safety position, again, a lot of good plays. Dallas game, 2 picks against Dak Prescott. Just talk about your maturation process and what you need to see from yourself to continue to improve at the position.
Yeah, for myself, it's just continue to building consistency. I feel like, consistency, just takes over alignment, assignment, and play. Right now, the game is kind of like slowed down for me. It just X's and O's. Cover 1 is cover 1, cover 2 is cover 2, cover 3 is cover 3. You got your 5-man pressures. I mean, so the game for me is slowed down a lot. And for me, I just got a knack for that football, and so once that kind of slows down, for me, I just kind of diagnose everything. Now I'm just kind of like I got a knack for that football. I get these takeaways. That's kind of how my mindset goes when I'm out there on the field. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of building that consistency, and now also it with me, I want to be able to, I'm gonna show, leadership wise as well, making sure I'm, directing traffic, as we say back there at the safety, be able to be a good communicator is what I mean by that. So, helping getting, versus motions and things, be able to, call things out, be good communicator, make sure we're on the same page with everybody, make the right checks. That's just kind of like the next step to continue to grow. I did a lot of, they got introduced to that last year, but I think for me, just kind of showing that next step of how much communication I can be.
Word. Now, so kind of get the listeners, get the viewers, man, a little bit of a taste of what your off season is like, right? So I always used to say like this is the time where you really prepare your body for the long, long season, right? So you can't start that process in June. You can't start that process in July. You can't start that process in August. You got to start that process in January, February, March, and I know you're in AZ, training with Ann Danny, a guy that I trained with throughout my 14-year career, and would always get my body prepared for the season. So just kind of talk about like your the life of the day of Rudy Ford in the off season.
Yeah. So, I mean, wake up, go get the breakfast. But number one is like we go through some tough workouts. Of course, as you know, like 2 hour tough workouts. I think the only thing to compare it to in the modern world would be like a Navy SEAL type of workouts we go through, just to try to build our muscle, build our bodies to prepare to endure during the season. Um, but also, man, just getting massages, really, and then also just getting massages. This is also a time to where you just kind of want to. You'll be more relaxed in this time, but just as far as just getting away from the game a little bit, spending time with your family, friends, like this is that time period to do that a little bit. But like I said, like you got to get back to work, continue to work out. Um, and just kind of build your body back up. That's kind of how I take the approach is like, but, for me right now, I work out. I'm right now, I'm building the off the field resume. And also, just continue to focus on what's on the field, and so that's kind of like my focus right now. Just kind of how I go about my day to day.
Yeah, and you brought something up, right? You talked about off the field. Obviously, we see a lot what goes into a player being
Mm.
a peak performer on the field, right? But as far as off the field, like what interests does Rudy have? From here on out, like what is it that Rudy Ford would love to get into as far as off the field? What's your passion?
Yeah, nah. So my biggest thing is my biggest thing of what I came to do is number one, just figure out your why. Why you wake up in the morning, why you do what you do, what drives you. And for me, like I said, a big part of that was my mom. Right,
Yeah,
she had a heart attack. She had a heart attack. She been bedridden for about 10 years. So that's why I get up. That's why my play style is so aggressive, and my play style is like it is. And when I'm out there on the football field, I just give it my all, and you can really see that through my play style. And honestly, man, once you figure out your why, the rest just kind of takes over. But for me, off the field wise, I want to definitely work on giving back to the community. I feel like we all been we all just use your influence in a positive way. We all been blessed with some type of gift, and just kind of go back and use that. I feel like right now is a good time to just shed light. Visit schools, see kids, continue to be hope and inspirational. Um, so I mean, that's kind of the direction I want to get back in the community. Just find new creative ways. to just do things, continue to give people hope, continue to be be a light out here for folks, man. And that's kind of like that's kind of the direction I want to go and be a part of, you know. So yeah, just trying to get the team built to go and execute those plans. But definitely want to get back to the community. Like I said, I'm forced and I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in. So it's always good to show things of appreciation of people that appreciate you for doing a good work out here. So man, I always want to try to give back and do good things out for folks.
Nah, that's good shit, man. That's good stuff, man. I'm a firm believer of giving back, right? Being a positive influence to the community. Again, you can tell, again, like everybody always say, like, all heroes don't wear capes, right? But to your point, it's when you lead this earth, it's always going to be about, the people that you were able to impact, right? Like you say, you're fortunate enough, you have a platform that you can bless people. It's not about the money, it's not about the fame. But at the end of the day, it's like what you're doing with that fame, what you're doing with that platform. So when you leave this earth, the way people talk about you, that's gonna be the lasting impact that you'll have. Like Rudy Ford, man. When I talked to Rudy, I was able to do this, I was able to get this type of inspiration, or Rudy did X, Y, and Z for my school, he did X, Y, and Z for my family. And when you're able to impact people, places and communities and not expect anything in return, bro. That's when I get the goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
forget, being able to do X, Y, Z, but obviously, being able to take care of your family. But again, being able to impact people that you thought you never would be able to impact, that's the true character. Like that shows a true positive human being, man. So again, I appreciate you just, enlightening us as far as like what Rudy Ford off the field, what he enjoys and what he likes. And again, I mean, as far as your mom, man, send major blessings and prayers out to Mom Dukes and to the family. I know how much he means to you as well, man. But again, let's talk more like on a on a lighter note, right? Well, not even a lighter note. So I talked to you a lot this offseason. This was your first time again going through this free agent process. And now that I'm looking back on, it's a lot of guys, from the running back position, even the safety position that you would say, like, damn, like you would have thought this market was a little different. Without going into too much detail, like was this process frustrating for you? Was it a learning process for you? Like how was it for you?
I would say it was both. I would say it was definitely a learning, and then I would definitely say frustrational for sure. But at the same time, it was a good learning process for me. Just kind of free agency. It's like a big it's that big waiting game. You know what I mean? So that's always no fun. But yeah, no, I would definitely say it was a big learning process for me. And I kind of going through this free agency, kind of makes you, kind of want you to like gear up and get something settled with the team before you hit free agency. Because like you say, man, you can never predict the market or anything. For me, I want to find a home, and that's what I'm hoping from Green Bay. What I mean? I want to find me a home, not be having to shuffle around, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, man, like I said, man, I love the Packer fans. I love being there. It's an electrifying place to be at and play at. And that's kind of my focus, the impact of, this is the team I'm on. I'm going to impact while I'm there. And yeah, that's just kind of what I'm focused on. Right now, everything is Green Bay. You know what I mean? Community Green Bay. I'm a part of it. So yeah, it's just that's just kind of my focus right now. It's just focus on the team I'm on. Showing up. Hey, how can Rudy Ford help the Green Bay organization this year?
Right.
How can Rudy Ford come out and help, in the community? What's a good, way that, he can come out and help the community in Green Bay? What's lacking out here? Just find those different ways, those different avenues and things to really just kind of implement. But I would definitely say, free agency is, is definitely something that you know what I mean. It's like it's a big waiting game. Like you said, man, you never know what is going to happen, or you can't predict those markets. Yeah, man, it was a big learning curve for me this year. Um, but man, I'm just looking on the horizon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What happened. It's time to move forward. And for me, I just focus on what lies ahead.
Nah, that's the only way you can do it, man. You know, wishing a great and a healthy season for you. Obviously,
Oh
tap
yeah.
into that off season. We're gonna be getting together. For the listeners, for the viewers,
Mhm.
let them know where they can follow you at on your social media accounts, IG, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah. I got IG, J the number 2 Ford FORD, and then you type out the number 3. So J243.
All right, all right. Again, as always, bro, we appreciate you. I know you got them 2 hour workouts coming up, and then they're gonna whoop that ass. But again, man, get right, man. Again, I appreciate you for tapping in with us. Y'all tap in. Number 20, Rudy Ford, Green Bay Packers this year. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, bro, love, bro.
Always. My guy, Rudy Ford, man, appreciate him. I'm tapping in with us. As like I said before he joined, or when he joined, he tapped in with us down at Radio Row, and I'm in AZ this past year, or before the Super Bowl earlier this year. Signed another 1 year deal with the Green Bay Packers, so I'm looking forward to seeing how Rudy Ford does this year. Again, again. Before we leave out of here, some things we want to touch on. The WNBA draft is tonight. And look, what I do like, I know we talked a lot about the women's Final Four as we should have. It was a great showing tonight. WNBA draft. Um, Aaliyah Boston, she headlined the WNBA draft, and my guy Tone, his daughters are some ballers, right? Down there in Colorado. And I was asking Tone, like, okay, so who's top 4, top 5 picks um should we expect tonight? So he said number 1, Indiana Leah Boston out of South Carolina. Picking number 2, Minnesota. He was like Diamond Miller, guard out of Maryland. Number 3 pick, Dallas, Jordan Horston, guard out of Tennessee. Number 4 pick, Washington, Maddie. I do not want to butcher her last name, so I'm gonna say Maddie S. out of Villanova. And then that number 5 pick, it can kind of throw that up in the air. But again, shout out to these young ladies. Again, it's a life changing moment. You work hard to get to this point to be able to hear your name called, to play at play in the WNBA. I know it was a lifelong dream for a lot of these ladies. So again, congratulations ahead of time, having your name called, being able to enjoy that moment with your family. So again, shout out to these ladies. Y'all tap into the WNBA draft. Let's get that viewership up. They deserve it. Some really, really good brand of basketball. Again, we seen it all year long. We seen it in the college ranks. So again, shout out to these young ladies. Just working on their future. Nakiba, she said she liked the list. Tone, she likes the list. I'm definitely gonna tap in. I'm definitely gonna tap in tonight. Before we get out of here, again, I appreciate all y'all tapping in with your boy. Um, we had. I'm a boxing fan. For y'all that don't know, I'm a boxing fan. Yeah, had a good fight. Later on this month, we got another good fight. We got Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia in Vegas. That's going to be one of the ones that we've been waiting on for a long time. But Shakur Stevenson from Newark, New Jersey, had a brilliant showing against Yoshino. S. Yoshino. I'm not gonna be butchering people's names up here, so S. Yoshino, a very good fighter. But Shakur Stevenson, man, he's one of the top pound for pound boxers in the game right now. He went up to lightweight and put him down in 6 rounds. He called out Devin Haney, another one of the young great talents in the boxing world right now. So to all the boxing fans out here, if you're in the chat, you let me know who's your best pound for pound fighter right now. Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, you got Tank Davis, you still got Canelo. You got a lot of fighters out there that that's doing some good stuff. But Shakur Stevenson made it look real easy this past weekend. Yeah, Bud Crawford, he's good. Yeah, Joe Tyson Fury. I don't think he's boxing no more. But Devin Haney good. Crawford. A lot of guys that can get the job done. But it was good to see Shakur go out there and do what he do. Bringing the show to his hometown, Newark. Here, Israel finishes Alex Pereira at UFC 287. Another good match again, man. Like I said, this past weekend had a lot of sports going on. You had boxing, UFC, you had the NBA, you had the Masters, everything. So again, I thought this was funny. Well, we was just a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about sportsmanship, right? And how supposedly some ladies lack sportsmanship, right? Now, y'all tell me what type of
Yeah.
I think so.
There's a video of him falling right next to you.
Oh, wow, he did it. He got him bad. Oh, my God.
Hey, look, I love it. I love it, man. So this is what it's all about, right? Like gamesmanship, right? You know, if we in it, we gonna talk trash, and that's what it's about. It's about entertainment. That's what sports is. We here to entertain you guys, regardless of my sex. If I'm male, female, regardless. Like we here to entertain you guys, and definitely here. This was what entertainment was all about. I'm gonna put it up.
Yeah.
I think so.
There's a video of him falling right next to you.
Oh, wow, he did it. He got him bad. Oh, my God.
Years ago. One more time.
Yeah.
I think so.
There's a video of him falling right next to you.
Oh, wow, he did it. He got him bad. Oh, my God.
This past weekend. So again, stop all this sportsmanship talk, man. Look, man, you go out here, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna talk trash, we're gonna talk shit. And we're gonna let it see another day. That's it. I love it. That's what he said, Tone. Said shit, I'm petty too. I love it. Again, appreciate y'all for tapping in. The little ones in the back, they're anxious to get daddy back out in the room. But before we go, man, it was a pleasure. I got a text, man. This was in the DB meeting room in Indy, man. Myself, Bob Sanders, partner in crime, Eugene Daniel, who was out there for 12 years, and Bobby Boyd, man. So this was definitely a pleasure to see, being able to, play for an organization. They recognize you. There's been a lot of DBs to go through that organization who could have been up on his wall, but to be one of 4 guys to be able to say, look, I was one of those guys that played in the organization, man. I definitely appreciate that. And then in the defensive meeting room, some dogs, man, up here with some dogs. You got 9 Trey, Dwight Freeney, myself, again, 2-1 Bob Sanders, our captain, Gary Brackett, and then our other captain, Sandman, 9-8, Robert Mathis. Again, in the defensive meeting room in Indy, man. Some great times with some great brothers, some lifelong friendships. So again, shout out to Indianapolis, whoever it was, whoever was the final decision maker, say, hey, look, man, let's put 4-1 in here. I thank you. I don't take that lightly. I appreciate you. But again, man, that was some good stuff when I was able to get that text. But as always, love, respect, appreciate you. I'm enjoy this spring break. Tap back in with you. I might be here Thursday, might not. We had it back, so I'll let y'all know. But I know D-Butt, he'll be here Thursday as well. Every Monday, I got mine in. I got a good hour in this morning. Went down to the weight room. Got a good run in, got a light lift in. Get your 30 minutes in. Health is wealth. Again, we appreciate you. Thank you, FanDuel. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, rocking with me this morning. Thank you, Rudy Ford. So again, man, peace is love. Catch you next time. Peace.
Darius Butler. Antoine Bethea
Peace and on.